Yeah, here we go, I'm TJ Quake, the ghetto gamer, owning the gaming thing.
Yeah, what's cracking, ladies and gentlemen? This is TJ Quake, yo, ghetto gamer, and I'm back once again with some more craziness for your ears, for your ear. It's gonna go in your ear. More flavor in your ear. More flavor in your ear. I'm back with a new flavor in your ear. Yeah, remember that cut back in the day? Y'all probably too young for that. Anyway. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, what's cracking? Once again, you see, I am back, TJ Quake, your ghetto gamer, here on TJ Quake's Ghetto Gaming Pop Culture Talk, where I come at you live with all the crazy pop culture flavor out there. What's going down? What's happening in the news? What's happening in gaming? What's happening in political flavor? What's happening in movies? All that craziness. And of course, you know, we always do our TJ&MJ spend your dollar or save your dollar movie reviews. That's right, on our podcast. I have those links right down below for you. Anyway, let's get into the craziness of today. Today, we are going to talk about feminazis, the feminist movement, who does not back feminists, who do not back women, who do not back females at all. But they're supposed to be supposable feminists and everything. And I'm going to prove my point today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to prove to you why they don't back each other. They blame the patriarchy, right? They always want to blame the men. It's the men's fault. It's the men's fault why women can't do this. It's the men's fault why women. But you guys are your own freaking worst enemy because you jack yourselves up. Especially with the whole trans thing, letting a man become a woman and enter in women's sports. Yeah, now the men are taking over your sports. You guys are just fooled by the fact that they say they're women now, so you guys got to go with the whole bullshizzle about, we gotta, be inclusive and all that crazy stuff, and be careful of their feelings because they might want to hurt themselves. They might want to kill themselves, as one lady was saying to a senator. You're causing harm. You're causing harm to trans people. By saying that they can't, that a trans man cannot have a baby, or a trans woman cannot have a baby, or something like that. I don't think it was one of those, something like that. He's like, yeah, whatever, lady. But I'm going to get to you guys why your own side doesn't even back you, because it's proof in the pudding. One of those things is the WNBA women, basketball team. It's the women's NBA. Basketball, right? It's the women's NBA basketball playing league for women to get out there and do their thing. And thank you that we do have these type of organizations, because I think women's sports need to be out there. They've always been out there. My daughter played softball. She played soccer. She was an all-stars. She was excellent at what she did. She was a freaking, she did better than me. When I was in the league back in the day, you know what I'm saying? She made all-star teams, volleyball, killing it, baseball, killing it, soccer, killing it, those type of things. And parents, the reason why those type of things work so well for the young girls and everything, because the parents, and their friends came to watch their games. They came to watch their shows. It was impressive to see that and everything. But the problem is when you get the feminazis who start acting stupid about, well, we don't get paid the same as men. Well, there's a reason behind that, ladies and gentlemen. There's a reason behind why it doesn't happen for the, say, WNBA team, the women's basketball teams, that's, out there trying to make things happen. They don't even appreciate themselves. When they win big championships, you should have saw the small rinky-dink trophy that they gave the dadgum female team. They don't even give them a nice big trophy. Even the little league teams had bigger trophies than that. Big old trophies. You see them all this kind of different size. And these dadgum, the women's professional NBA, right? Little teeny ass little thing like this big, about this big. They're holding it like this. Like they were proud. It's like when you see the guys are like this, huge ass, big old, yeah, So they don't even help their own flow out. Their own organization doesn't even support what women should be deserving in these events. And the reason why I bring this up is because, ladies and gentlemen, people are starting to get sick and tired, sick and tired of these feminazis always coming out there talking bullshit. They do the same thing as BLM does. Black Lives Matter. But as soon as a black man kills another black man, please silence. What? Oh, so-and-so got killed? Keep that on low. We don't talk about that. A cop killed him? Oh, hell. Get out of the streets. Get the picket signs. Come on, get the big house outside. We're going out to the march. We're going to go to the Capitol. We're going to burn down the city. But a black man kills another black man? Nothing to see here. Silence. Zip. They don't say nothing. No, nothing to see here. Oh, you wait till I show you this next, this one video. And I'm going to show you another show on a woman who was being shot at by a dude and this brother shooting at her and her kids through her door. And everything. And because this fool was so crazy, the cops killed him, obviously, trying to save her. And the people were pissed off that the police killed the black man trying to shoot the other black woman. Oh, go figure that one. Yeah. Oh, I will get into that one. I'll have another video for that one. You guys are going to trip on it. But anyway, so let's get to what we're really getting down to here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show to you why the women don't get the respect that the women should do. Because the women don't give themselves respect. They don't go and support their own shiz, but they expect men to do it. And we'll start off with, I'm going to bring just one example, of a woman who was tripping because the men didn't go and see her weak ass movie, right? This one right here. That's right. Elizabeth Banks, the director of the last Charlie's Angels movie, which failed miserably. Yeah, we're going to get into her. Let me give you a little close-up of her so you guys can get a little close-up of this woman right here. So, this woman right here, she's supposed to be trying to make movements for the female action movies and stuff like that. I'm trying to do something for females and blah, blah, blah. But yet, she's mad because her movie didn't do well. And the reason why it flopped because the men didn't go to see her movie. And she thinks it's because men don't like women. Or men don't think that women can be action stars. No, that's never been the case. Because if you've seen many a times, we've seen many movies with women as the protagonists and freaking kicking butt, and we loved it. Wonder Woman happens to be one of my favorites out there out of the daggum DC movies, besides Man of Steel and everything. Wonder Woman was the next one that came out, and when they made that, and it was a woman, female director who directed it. The first one, I'm not talking about the second one, the first Wonder Woman movie that they made was off the freaking hook. I couldn't wait till that movie came out because I was hearing, oh, dude, they're finally doing a Wonder Woman movie. I was more excited than probably any woman was and everything. Because here we are getting to see Wonder Woman finally live on the action screen. And man, did they pull that one off. It was just a fantastic movie. The movie was brilliantly directed and told the lore of Wonder Woman and gave the context. They didn't take Steve Trevor, who was her, the love interest of Wonder Woman, who was a military pilot who crash landed in the Amazon. And, they didn't make him like he was just some goofy white dude who, couldn't hold his own. Cause Steve Trevor could hold his own. And they didn't make it seem like Wonder Woman was better than him as, I'm going to, because I'm more powerful, I'm going to belittle you. They didn't belittle the character. That's why I liked it. When they make these movies where women belittle the men because we're trying to show that women are better than men and everything, then that's where I have a problem. And where I also have a problem is when women like this director, Elizabeth Banks, decides to make movies and always, this is the thing that cracks me up about them. They say, don't mansplain to us. Don't do this. Don't say this about women, this and this and that and everything. But you go and better watch our movie. And everything, and then blame the reason why the movie failed because the men didn't go see it after they downplayed us and called men, especially white men, toxic white men, cis men. You know that cis word they always use now? Cis men. And it's always a white man. And here she is, a white woman. I'm tired of these white women always freaking tripping on the white man when you came from a white man. Shut the frick up. Everything. Stop talking shit on your own freaking race when you know good and well that that you are part of the same freaking race that you guys so-called call the colonizers. You ain't no different from the white man. So stop trying to separate yourself just because you're a woman. I'm sick of that bullshit and everything. You white just like he is, so stop saying if you don't like white people, then you better be talking about your damn self. Talk about you too, okay? Because you're the pot calling the kettle black. It don't make no damn sense. That gummit, I'm sweating under these damn lights. Anyway, so here we are. I'm going to show you guys a little complaint of this stream, and I'm going to show you guys a couple little things, but I'm going to show you why. The reason why that they don't get the results that they want. They blame the men. You notice they keep blaming the men why their movie failed. How come they're not blaming the women? Because the movie was obviously made for the women. But let's go ahead and let's see what Elizabeth Banks got to say. Let me rip these off. What's cracking, people? Woo! Getting hot with everything up in here. Right? I need to bring me a sweat rack. All these damn lights. Jeez. I don't know if most YouTube creators tell you to, but these lights are hot. I'm going to be real with you. The damn lights are hot, and they make a brother sweat. And brothers be sweating. Anyway, let's get on to this right here. Let's hear what Elizabeth Banks got to say about the men, what men should be doing.
In those experiences, if not more, about what actors sort of need and what's required in terms of leadership on a set. When you think about what has been put out in media throughout history, it's mostly from a cisgendered white male perspective. And so everything that's not that feels a little bit fresher. So it feels like pretty good business. My real plea is for men to have enough empathy to go see movies starring women. Because I've been asked to go see movies starring men my entire life.
Really? So you've been asked to go see movies with men your entire life? Or was it that you just wanted to go see the movie with the men your entire life? Because, you find maybe the man attractive. You say, oh, the James Bond movie, or, ooh, a damn good Rambo movie, with Sylvester Stallone, Tom Hanks, or better yet, let's go with Tom Cruise. All the women loved Tom Cruise. Y'all didn't just go to see the movie because he was this action guy. Y'all went to see it because he was eye candy. Let's just get real. The same way men go see some movies with women in it because they're eye candy and everything, and they like the fact that it's a beautiful looking woman up there doing some stuff and everything. That's the attraction and so forth. But a lot of you people don't get that because you guys are too full of your feminazi bullshit that you guys always want to push it and blame it on the men. Well, let's see. Why don't the women back your movie? How come the women didn't come see your movie? Well, I got some people that can tell you that. Let's go right over here and everything. And as you can see, I'm going to go right here to The Real. Okay, these are all women right here. Everything. Speaking of women, my wife just came home. Well, why am I looking at women? Hold up. She caught me. She caught me looking at these women. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, MJ M-Bomb, the woman of the hour, is here. Right here in the house. Right here, right now, as we're speaking. But anyway, enough of her. Let's get back to the real deal. I mean, the show, The Real. I mean, yeah. So anyway, so let's talk about what these women right here got to say about, Miss Banks's idea of her Charlie's Angels movie and why get people to go. And mind you, that some of the stuff before the movie even came out, they were already dissing men. They were already saying, men, it's not really made for men and all that kind of stupid shit. But then they expected the men to go see the movie. And when the men caught wind that it was going to be a bunch of skinny ass white girls and everything, when they got winded, it was going to be some skinny ass girls beating up big 6 foot tall, big brawny dudes. They kind of like, that's not really very realistic. Doesn't seem real to me. Sorry. And everything. It's not appealing because we just saw a Charlie's Angels movie. Okay. And, I like that Charlie's Angels movie. I like the original Charlie's Angels that came out back in the day. I'm old enough to say that I used to watch the old original when I was a little kid It used to come on television, Charlie's Angels, the original TV show, and everybody watched it. It was a big hit. Nobody was tripping back then. Nobody was tripping about women doing this, doing that, and so forth. The reason why the Charlie's Angels worked back then, because the women in that movie they used their sex appeal to take out the dude. See, men are stupid when it comes to sex sometimes. You know what I'm saying? We look at some Ike and oh, I just love that. And then the girl's got a dagger right behind his back and boom, stabs. You know, that's how they used to do it back in the day. Back in the day, when a woman took out a man, she didn't do it with brute strength. She did it with this. She went and got maybe a little bit of poison and put it in their drink or something like that. And then the man would take it and be like, thank you, dear, for serving me. And that dumb idiot freaking drank the shiz. Bye-bye, Mr. King. Hello, new queen. And everything. That's how women did it back then. They didn't do it like you see them doing it in these movies. Because you don't see in real life women walking up on dudes saying, I'm going to go in there and start fighting these dudes and beating up 6-foot dudes. Especially if the girl's only like 5 foot, 4'11", 5'2", 5'5". You ain't seen her going up against no 6'4" dude, 5'9" dude. You ain't seen that. Not unless they crazy. But anyway, let's see what the girls here on The Real have to say about all this shiz. And you guys are going to find out why their movies don't work, why shiz doesn't work. And we'll get into the WNBA too, because I got something on you on that one. And then we'll end this shiz. Anyway, let me bring this over here for you guys so you guys see that. Bring that up. And Swazo.
This past weekend, Charlie's Angels hit the theaters. Did any of you guys see it? Okay.
And that's what we're talking about.
Exactly.
See? Nobody barely saw it. You see how many people went and saw it? And they're gonna ask the question again. And watch how many people in the audience. It's mainly women in the audience. Watch how many of them clap. They're gonna say clap if you saw Charlie's Angels. Watch.
Reboot tanked. Elizabeth Banks, who I'm actually a fan of, she directed it, she wrote and produced and starred in the film. Mm-hmm. She said if this movie doesn't make money, it reinforces a stereotype in Hollywood that men don't go see women do action movies.
Wrong.
She then continued on saying they'll go and see a comic book movie with Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel because that...
See that right there? Wonder Woman. And you're right. We did go see that. And guess what? The name Wonder Woman. You notice that in the title, it's woman and everything. Why did men go see a movie with a woman? She said, well, if more men went to go see movies, with women, they're action stars, then we need more of that to happen. Well, what do you think Wonder Woman is? Is she just, what is she, a dude now? Everything, What are people like Storm and Rogue and people from X-Men that we saw, those type of characters. Those were characters that I actually liked watching who were females and so forth. Now, Brie Larson's character, Miss Marvel, whatever the frick she was, Captain Marvel, whatever the heck she was. No, I didn't want to see that. Why? Because first of all, I don't like Brie Larson as a person. Why? Because she hates on men. She says that we're a bunch of doof butts, that these movies aren't made for them and so forth. And she acts all cocky like she's the badass, like, oh yeah, well, women power, and we're the ones that be making shit and blah, 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 and don't mansplain to me, and all this bullshit like they be coming at you. But the first thing that happens is she's being freaking hit up in the streets by some dude that's trying to take her out. She's going to be calling for a man. She ain't going to be calling for a woman to come and save her. Unless she's got that equalizer, which now they're trying to say, oh no, we got to take everybody's guns away. That's a different topic. But anyway, move on, girls.
That's a male genre. So do you guys agree with what Elizabeth is saying?
Didn't nobody even know this movie was coming out?
I swear to God, I thought the same thing.
We didn't even know.
And I'm also surveying our audience because our...
See, when the sisters start talking real, that's what they'll sound like. Ain't nobody even know this movie coming out. Ain't nobody even knew about this shit. Like, please.
Audience have women in the audience, and I just want to know, again, women only, please clap if you saw the film.
Nobody knew that the film was coming.
Two people.
Yeah.
Two people. I'm going to say something, too, because I work with Elizabeth Banks, and she's amazing.
Awesome.
She's awesome. But, Girl Trip did great. Now, that was a really big film. For
Girl Trip. And it did do good.
And people came out to see him. But
all females.
I think it might have...
And boo, what was that, what's that other female movie that came out with the women in the wedding thing? Remember, she was in all the comedian females were in there. what's her name was getting ready, and remember she was walking out, they all end up eating something that made them all had to use the restroom. And Bridesmaids. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Bridesmaids was hilarious. All woman cast and everything. And this movie was off the chain. They had good casting. They had good, the actors were excellent in it. They had a great topic. You know, the story was on point and so forth. It was very realistic. And it was funny as hell. And I loved that movie. And that's normally a movie that was a chick type, which you would have considered a chick movie and everything. This movie, do you have that movie? Yes. We own that one. Okay. You notice we don't own, babe, do you own Charlie's Angels? Yeah. I wonder why is my wife, who's a woman, doesn't own Charlie's Angels? She's the one that buys the movies half the time. But half the movies that we got in our house, she bought. Everything. You bought some recent movies. Have you bought Charlie's Angels? No. I wonder why. Hey, Boo, let me ask you this question. Have you seen Charlie's Angels? The last one that just came out.
No, don't want to.
And doesn't want to. Nope. Hasn't seen it and doesn't even want to see it movie. Why? Because it's bunk. Because it's a bunch of bullshit. It's not a good story. And everything. It's about a bunch of stupid fake ass women who look, and one of these girls is going to bring that up real quick because I like what she had to say about that too, about these women that they're skinny and little bony ass little things.
Right, Hustler? Mm-hmm. It might have been casting because when you have
action, the fact that it's an action film.
You might have to, and I'm sure these ladies are lovely actresses. I don't know. I didn't see the film, but it might be that.
They weren't box
you
office
talking about, didn't
names.
nobody know? We only knew the lady from Twilight. That's all
I
we
know
knew.
Kristen Stewart.
It was like, the lady from Twilight.
Now look, these women here are supposed to be intimidating. These women are supposed to be, look at these girls right here. These women in the movie are beating up dudes that look like freaking barbarians. Doing all these freaking moves and martial arts stuff, doing all this stuff to dudes and so forth. Now, if they would have made the shit more realistic, I saw this one movie that was this Russian assassin chick. I forgot the name of what the movie was called, but she was Russian and she was an assassin. And the reason why she was able to take out certain dudes is because her whole ploy was to be this beautiful looking woman who nobody's going to think any threat from, right? And so forth. And the way she took dudes out, she didn't use brute strength against them. She used technique, strategy. There was a guy that she went up against who was this huge ass big dude. And the guy freaking picked her up and was bare-hugging about to crack her freaking back. She knew she was not going to win this fight by just punching the guy and doing a flip. She couldn't do it. So very realistically, she pulled out the daggum clips out of the gun and everything, or was in his sleeve or in his holster or something like that. He had some things, and they were sharp. She took both them clips, and as she was about to almost be crazy, she took the things and went shink right into his throat and shoved them things so far into his throat. Boom, motherfucker fell down. She got loose. She got away, and so forth. Realistic. See how that worked? She used something that gave her an equalizing position because she's not a superhero. So you got to make it realistic. Now, if it's superhero, that's a totally different story. Going against, if it's Supergirl, going against, a human dude, he could be as buff as Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's not going to win because it's Supergirl. Hello? Anna. I think you're right. That's one of them. Anna. I think it's called Anna. And so forth. I think that's the one, boo. And everything. And oh, man, the way she did shiz in this movie, but she did it smart and smooth. She did it as the way a woman would be able to do to get the upper hand. You can't just go toe to toe with a motherfucker. You got to get the upper hand on them and so forth. I do not see this little skinny girl here with these daggum little Daisy Duke shorts on. Okay, this little girl right here, and look at this stupid stance that they're in. Like, yeah, we're intimidating. Everything. I would one blow to this girl's freaking dome into her chest, and she's down like for the count. It all takes one hit. Boom. Everything. Oh. But they try to make it seem like these women can freaking beat up these big ass dudes, and it's not very realistic. My thing is, ladies and gentlemen, why don't they make an action movie with women, right? Like Charlie's Angels or some type of movie where the women are fighting the villain who's another woman. Why is it that they always make it where they have to be fighting a dude and everything? Make it realistic. Have women fighting women in a movie, and the evil villain has got a whole group of other freaking females that are they got women working for them and so forth, doing all this shit. And you happen to see this female and these female other group freaking taking on these other women. Now that's something I want to see. That's something I can realistically